Yep, jugones, muy buenas a todos, soy Ñaku y aquí seguimos con The Technomancer, que nos dirigíamos hacia Noctis, así que tenemos muy poco tiempo. Son 4 horas 55 minutos, realmente cada minuto pasan 2 segundos, así que hay que darse mogollón de prisa para ir hacia donde queremos ir. Mira, no me voy a poner ni el escudo. Así tengo 2 ataques. Ir rápido. Otro aquí. Venga, vámonos. Ah, coño, con uno muerto. Vaya. A nivel 19. Vamos a ponerlo rápido. Vamos a ponerlo rápido. Quiero ir hacia aquí. Nos dan aquí. Vamos a ponerlo en fuerza. Patapam. Listo. Hala. Porque el tiempo sigue contando. Vaya. Ups. Bueno, al menos mueren rápido, la verdad. Hala. Queda ese. A ver si sale y le metemos. Hala, a cajarla. Vámonos. Ni cogemos nada, pasando de todo. De hecho, podríamos hasta pasar de ellos, sinceramente. Vamos a porque quede suelto. Bueno, nos queda uno. Qué bueno el veneno. Vamos, sigamos, sigamos. Madre mía, ya nos ha pasado 2 horas ya. Pasando de estos. Hay que tirar para adelante como sea. Pasar, pasar, venid sus. ¿Pero queréis venir sus? Vamos, chicos, vamos. Vamos. Ay, sí que están lentos, Yo imagino que todo esto lo podremos investigar más adelante. Imagino. Vale, estos van a tardar. Así que hay que tirar para adelante. Ah, mira, esto está hasta aquí al lado ya. Vale, el gordo ya está. Coño, que se han juntado más. No puedo salir. A ver cuántos hay aquí. Nos quedan los 2 grandes. Coño, me ha dado. Y me ha redado. Nos acaba el tiempo. Cuesta esquivar este, Ahora. Bien. Venga, levantar sus. Vámonos. Qué ganas de investigar todas estas cosas. ¿Quién ha salido aquí? ¿Este? Que le den. ¿Qué les den? Vamos, chicos. Ay, no, estos asquerosos. Vale. Fuera. Mira, este ya está aquí. Perfecto. Hay unos cuantos, Cabrones, que se esconden. ¡Ay! He fallado. ¡Hala! A cazarla. Pues mira, al final ha dado tiempo. Vamos para adentro. De hecho me voy a poner la armadura, que me fío bien poco. Bien, hemos llegado. Al menos a las puertas. Coño. Bichajo. Oh. Ahí nos toca un poco un pecho, No, quitar el sol. Me parece que la conoce. Pues sí. Vaya, nos toca luchar. ¡Hostia! ¡Hostia, su madre! ¡Vámonos! ¡Hala! Yo que quede suelto. ¿Este de aquí? Vale. Luego me gusta que caigan al suelo. ¡Ay, que viene el gordo! ¡Ay, que viene el gordo! Hostia, esta me la como siempre, Tengo que apartarme más. Esquivado. Vale. Tanque, quédate con ellos. Ya vengo aquí. Coño, que viene por mí. Venga, tenéis 3 para cada uno. Oh. Vale, venga, ya estamos, Ya solo nos queda el gordo. Hostia, no me jodas. No me jodas. Vale, 3 fuera. Ah, aquí no hay ninguno grande. Vale, bien. Entonces ayudo a Nisha porque el otro es tanque. Hostias, más no. Ah, vale, solo son 3, vale. Ellos se quedan en el gordo y yo me voy a un poquitito. Muy bien. Vale, bien. Ya vengo, Nisha. Ya me la pilla. Sí, señor.
They can get us access now.
If I weren't one to be wary of all corporate rejects, I might be related. You feel it, Zachariah? We are about to enter.
Estamos entrando en una ciudad legendaria.
Outcasts. Get used to it, old pal. That's us too now.
Nisha, I'm so glad to see you. We were starting to get worried about you. The news from Ophir sounded a little chaotic. You look healthy.
Worried? About me? Give me some credit. Let me introduce you to Zachariah Mancer. He's the reason why I'm here.
Look at that. The Technomancer who saved us from the Vori. Interesting. Very interesting. Happy to see you again. Now I understand why the Prince was insistent. He'll want to see you as soon as possible.
The Prince?
Dandolo. He rules our city.
Dandolo.
If I were you, I wouldn't keep him waiting. He loses patience quickly. There's nothing like fresh news for him to be on pins and needles. But don't worry. He's a charming man. And he loves Nisha.
Very well. I'll go see him.
Happy to see you
Hostia,
in one
Beg.
piece, Zachariah.
Beg? I feel like I got ripped off.
Apologies.
tartamudea.
We were forced to improvise. Playing a simpleton is
Ah.
a great way to avoid attention when you are a mutant. You can go see the prince now, but come back later. There's something I would like to discuss. I will be near the sand sails.
Wait a... Your name's Andrew, isn't it? We went to the academy together. But didn't we... I overheard you talking to Master Connor after I brought him to meet you.
I guess you overheard. Very well. Come find me once you've met with the prince. We'll talk about it. Go now. Don't
O sea,
keep
este es
him waiting.
Tecnomante. Andrew. Ole, nivel 20. Genial. Se nos ha ido la conductora. Nos hemos quedado solo. Vamos a poner aquí estándar a los dos. Y un puntito. Un puntito aquí. ¡Ah, mira qué bien! Ya podemos pillar la tormenta eléctrica. Sí, señor. Y ya el siguiente ya es una carga de fluido más. Fantástico. Fantástico. Vale, ahora sí que aquí que podemos pillar las cositas. Vale, pues ya lo hemos pillado todo. Así que empezamos con la ciudad. Vamos a ver, aquí es la entrada. Aquí vemos un mercader. Pero vemos que aquí por arriba... Mira, vamos a hacer primero esta zona de aquí. Sí. Vamos para allá. A ver, como estamos en la ciudad, lo que voy a poner es ya la chaqueta de ladrones. No creo que solo entrar ya empecemos a tener combates. Aquí tenemos un tipejo con una misión. Mira, hemos cumplido la misión. Hemos llegado a Noctis. Hey, mister, ¿qué pasa? Estamos poniendo las botas con materiales, Entre los bichos de fuera.
You Zachariah Mancer? You are, aren't you?
Hombre, todavía no.
You're helping out
Aún
the
no lo he
merchant
visto.
prince, right?
I guess. Yeah, what's going on?
I don't. My partner died a few days
Vaya.
ago. Got sick, just all of a sudden. A lot of folks catching it, but no one cares none because it's only killing refugees. They don't care about us or what's causing it. They don't care that we all seem to be catching it. Sick and dead everywhere, everywhere. No remedy or nothing. Only one who seems to care or help is that preacher's son. But he can't heal everyone.
El hijo del
He's just
predicador.
one fella.
Preacher's son healing the sick.
Sure enough. Boy's known for performing miracles. I ain't religious, even less now than my heart.
Qué bonito.
My soul,
Mi corazón,
my
mi
love
alma,
was taken.
mi amor.
So I don't know if it's true. Just telling you what I've heard.
Miracles? Mystic or medic?
Sabía yo que
zealot
Scott
or
diría algo.
scientist? Who holds the key? Who knows? Who knows anything but this? An epidemic spreading among the refugees would have
Bueno, al menos
catastrophic
no es ateo total.
dangerous, bizarre.
Científico
I
abierto
I need
a
more
cosas
information.
místicas.
Symptoms only affecting the refugees, you say?
I don't know. It seems like, but I don't. It's why we, all the refugees, not just me, need your help. We gotta find what's causing this disease and get a cure real quick. No one around here has much, and now they're even losing their lives. You gotta help us.
I'll see what I can do.
Vale, vamos a
What
preguntarle.
were your wife's symptoms?
I don't know. I ain't a doctor, but a lot of stomach stuff, cramps, throwing up, just pain everywhere. She was even starting to see stuff that wasn't there. Talking crazy. It was awful.
Y por los otros.
What about everyone else who's sick?
Most are poor like us, around the neighborhood of the gates. Left the corporations with nothing. Arrived here with nothing. Now they're dying because they can't even afford a doctor.
Vale.
Let me go talk to other refugees and see what I can find.
Thank you, Mr. Mancer.
Ya nos toca hacer de regaderos. Vamos a ver cómo lo tenemos. Vale, veo que aquí tenemos... Ah, vale, la epidemia. Perfecto. Pues voy a repasarme todo esto. A ver qué pillo. Bueno, pues ya le hemos dado un buen repasito a la zona. Hemos cogido cositas, así que vamos para adentro. Comerciante.
Most exotic goods on the...
Información.
I just need information.
The only information I have.
Solo tengo información sobre mi género. Pues muy bien. A ver, ¿qué tienes? Importante. Báculos, lo primero. Tubo de acero. Hostia, un tubo de acero... que es más 32. 62. Pero sin ponerle las mejoras. Yo el que tengo es igual. Claro, pero con 3 mejoras de daño. Hostias. Pues para la saca que va. Vamos a hablar aquí con un refugiado.
Hey, let me ask you if you...
Sure.
You know the man beside you?
Vale, el que está al lado es el enfermo.
He's a friend.
Vale, su salud.
How you feeling?
I don't know. Fine, I guess. All things considered.
Vale, este no está enfermo.
What's he been up to since he came to not?
Well, we haven't been here for too long now. No we all sleep in here. Hang around the city the rest of the...
Think he
Vamos,
could
que no
have
hacen
eaten
nada.
something to make...
Maybe. I don't really know.
Vale,
He's been
sopa
eating a lot from the
comunitaria.
communities.
Ah, y dolores de estómago eran.
Well, I woulda, but
Ah,
First time I
y
gone
este
there.
no ha tomado.
I got in an argument with a religious fellow that...
What are his symptoms?
Stomach aches real bad. Yeah,
The
Vale.
symptoms seem to align with cholera.
Cólera, sí, hombre.
Worrisome. Might be the start of a terrible outbreak.
well, it won't be a hard theory to test. Nearly everyone eats the
Bueno, esto
community
pinta
soup.
que es la sopa
Whether or
esta,
not,
eh.
it's free.
We need to talk to whoever's making the soup. Thank you.
Sure enough. You're welcome.
Vale, vamos a hablar con el enfermo. Pues necesitamos una muestra.
I'm trying to figure out what's making everyone sick. Can I grab a blood sample?
Ah, mira, nos deja. Bien.
I should be able to use this to see what's making all those people sick.
Hostia, ciencia, solo tengo un 50%. Ah, mira, le puedo pedir ayuda a Scott. Vale, pues lo probamos.
Let's take a closer look at this
Mira,
arsenic. Should have known. Symptoms match, but who would have poisoned all these people? These people were poisoned. Had to be the community
vale, hablar con
soup.
los refugiados. Muy bien.
Take a sample, run some tests, and find out what's in it.
¿Dónde? ¿Dónde? Ah, mira, arriba.
You work here?
Yep, I help.
You eat here too?
Yes, of course. But only a little. I have a weak stomach, so I don't eat everything that's offered. Why?
I'm sure you've heard about all the refugees getting sick.
Oh, my. I couldn't imagine how.
No tendría
I just take
sentido.
what they give me and cook the dishes how I'm told. That's all. I don't add anything.
Who gives you the food?
Well, I mean, it all comes from the parents'
Hostia,
donations
la
given
familia
to
del
the
predicador
preacher's
otra
family.
vez. Que
Real
son los
good
que los
people,
curan.
you know. They can't have anything to do with it. Their son actually heals the sick. So
O sea,
don't
los
go pointing
envenenan
the finger at
para
them,
luego
you hear me?
curarlos.
It ain't in the food that's making people sick. I'll tell you that.
Pues como lo que quieran, no es el rollo parecer un súper milagroso curandero y que todo el mundo está agradecido, no tiene sentido.
Let's analyze this and end the mystery.
Ciencia, 50%, vaya.
Let's find out the killer ingredient in this soup.
Oh, he
Someone laced it
acertado.
with arsenic. Smart.
Arsénico.
Symptoms look just like cholera. This wasn't a disease. This was poisoning. And that soup's the source. And I doubt it's a coincidence that the source of both the soup and the antidote is the preacher's son.
Vale, es el hijo del predicador, bien. Poner fin a sus planes. Ah, mira, lo tenemos aquí al laico. No, hostia, no será el grandote ese, ¿no? Toma ya, madre de Dios. Mastodonte el hijo del predicador.
What the hell would possess you to poison all those refugees? What did they ever do to you to deserve that?
Hostia, no me ando con rodeos,
adored by people? How generous they can be when you save their lives. When they believe that you
Ah, o sea,
healed them.
lo que quería era que le
Flocked
veneraran.
to my father's temple. Why wouldn't I have done it?
Because people died, and a lot are still suffering.
You're pathetic. Maybe so. But better to be disgusting than stupid.
Ya estamos.
I knew you'd be coming around sooner or later.
A ver cuántos
So I
son.
loaded up with bodyguards. Do what I'm paying you for. Kill him!
Sí, señor. Vale, este ya está. Voy a ir a por el pequeñajo. Vale, nos queda el gordo. ¿Dónde vas? ¿Dónde vas, figura? ¡Hostia! ¡Uf! ¡Hala!
No, stop, stop! I'm rich! Everyone respects my father in Noctis. Let me live, and he will pay you all the serum you could ever want.
Vale, dejarle vivir, aceptar su sueldo y dejarle marchar o matarlo. Dejarle vivir, queremos karma.
I'm not gonna kill you.
Bueno,
Enough people
imagino.
have died already. What you're gonna do is give the antidote to every refugee you made sick, and never go within a block of that community's soup again. We clear?
Yes, of course. Sure. Antidote for everyone.
mira.
Yeah, and I promise not to do anything like that ever again. How
Esperemos
stupid!
que no sea
I
mentira.
swear. Thank you.
Mr. Proper.
Don't thank me. I already regret not making you pay dearly.
Mira, karma más 2. Ole. Ole y ole que mañana no hay cole. Vale, restos. A ver, ¿dónde están? Para decirle... Ah, mira. Con el que hemos hablado primero. Perfecto. Pues vamos para allá.
So you find a cure yet?
I did. Except it's an antidote, not a vaccine. You'll find stocks of the plant that will help you heal everyone in the preacher's son's neighborhood. It's all over now. Don't worry.
Thank you, Mr. Mancer. Thank you so very much.
De nada, hombre. Reputación más 2 en Noctis. Y 1000 puntitos. Ole. Ole y ole. Vamos a ver. ¿Qué tenemos? Que tenemos realmente la misión principal. Vale, misión principal es aquí. Ah, mira, aquí podemos organizar compañeros. Al corredor de apuestas, este no me interesa de momento. Y estos nada. Así que vamos a ir por la derecha. Sí. Vamos a ir por aquí. Vale, querría poner al tubo de acero las de nivel 2 de daño. Y me... Ah, mira, tengo 2... Mira, perfecto, tengo para 3. Oh, qué bien. Qué bien. Daño, interrupción, golpe crítico. De momento paso, aunque seguramente estará muy bien. Pero prefiero tirar interrupción o daño. Interrupción me gusta. Pero vamos a daño. Vamos full daño. Y a ver qué nos piden las recetas de 3. Y mejora daño. Patapam. Ole. Ole, ya tenemos un báculo de más 38, sí señor. Sigamos. Ay, mira, ahí está Beck. Ahí tenemos a Beck. A ver, que era el grupo. Hostias, que ya podemos pillar mogollón aquí. Tenemos a Nisha, tenemos a Scott. De hecho, de Scott voy a pasar casi. Tenemos a Amelia. Vale, que es tanque. Hoy tenemos a Phobos. Sí, señor. Pues quitaría a Scott. Pondría a Phobos. Y me interesa o Andrew o Nisha. De hecho, Andrew me da carisma más 1, pero claro, cuando tengamos relaciones aliadas. Y, hostia, este me da más peso. Este lo pillo seguro, Phobos. Y luego estaría entre Nisha y Andrew, por el carisma y el trampas. Mira, y la Amelia, pues cuando quiera fabricar alguna cosita. Vale. A ver, el Andrew que me da. Hostia, un regeneración de fluido más 5%. Esto no está nada mal. No está nada mal. Y daño físico por dagas no lo aprovecho. La pasiva de este, de Nisha. Así que voy a coger a Andrew. Voy a quitar a Nisha y voy a coger a Andrew. Hostia, qué bueno, ya los tengo conmigo y ni he hablado con ellos aún. Qué grande. Qué grande, mira, aquí están toda mi peña está aquí.
You wanted to see me?
Yes. I apologize once again for having to play this role in front of you, but the situation was a difficult one, and I could not risk blowing my cover.
I understand. You're one of Dandolo's spies too?
No, I work for my people, even if Dandolo was a precious ally. I was in Ophir to plan an escape, but it was not exactly what I wanted to tell you about. I would like to offer you my services.
You're also a mercenary?
No, I am not interested in serum. And a Technomancer ally, yes. It is rare for mutants to know someone with your talents. So if you need a hand or any information, you know where to find me. And maybe I will ask for your services once in a while.
All right.
Vale, guay. Vamos a preguntarle. Hostia, sobre su madre. Mal rollo.
What's the Mutant Nation? You created it, right?
It is a little overblown, but I was one of its founders, among many others. Of course, other mutants were living outside the city as runaway slaves. A small community had settled in Noctis and benefited from the hospitality of the merchants, who allowed them to move around freely. However, we did not. A few of us decided to get together. We found a place, a very unique one, and we soon started doing it up, bringing it. As for me, I especially wanted to free as many brothers and sisters as possible. So I went back to Ophir, and I realized that nobody cared about mutants, especially if they didn't look very smart.
Vamos, que este solo es promutante absoluto y hace lo que sea por ellos. Vale. Hostia, no sé yo si preguntarle sobre la muerte de su madre va a estar muy bien. Voy a pasar de momento. No quiero arriesgarme. Y aquí tenemos a Andrew, que ya veremos. Hostia, lleva una maza a 2 manos el campeón. Madre mía. A ver. ¡Ey, que lleva! Hostia, qué curioso. Lleva a Amelia y a Nisha, en teoría. Aquí hay un fallo. Creo que me los he pillado antes de tiempo. Pues no me voy a adelantar. No quiero ahora... Este es un fallo, ¿eh? Voy a quitar a este. Nisha y Scott. Ahí está. No quiero liarla. Con este ya hemos hablado. Con este nada. Aquí tenemos a Amelia. Vamos a hablar con Andrew.
Hey. Hey back.
Elogiarlo, no, ni de coña. Ni de coña. Bueno, venga, vamos a elogiarlo, a ver.
Remembered you. Back when we were kids, the world just...
Really? Nelson.
I know it nearly killed you, but you were so gifted. While the rest of us worked, Technomancy just came so easy to you. It was amazing to watch.
The fact that it was easy is what cost me so much. The high I got from manipulating so much fluid was... Well, you saw the result.
Vaya, hombre.
If I talked for 1,000 years, I couldn't even touch the tip of the regret I have.
You can't blame anyone but our professors. They should have known better. How could you? They just got sucked into watching your power like the rest of us.
Hostia, me estoy pasando un poco, ¿no?
Too bad all that power isn't enough to let me go back in time and change it all. But I guess what's done is done.
Vale, no hay más preguntas personales aquí.
Hey, you. Yes, you. Do you have a moment?
Bueno, pues sí, hablemos. Zoólogo.
Hey there.
Hello, I'm Brett. And you are?
Zachariah.
A pleasure then, Zachariah. Are you a hunting enthusiast, a trapper, specialist in local species. Maybe a strong fellow like you.
Un poco dejémoslo en un poco de todo, sí.
Sorry to disappoint you, but I'm none of those things.
Ah, well, my hope got the best of me. I've been looking for someone to aid in my studies. A shame. Sure you're not a hunter?
Sí, hombre, sí.
Or even someone who'd want to try his hand at it?
Claro que sí.
Can you tell me what's going on?
Yes, of course, of course. You see, the focus of my study is the planet's fauna. All the insects and animals brought by the settlers that have since mutated, much like our own mutants, if not in a more spectacular way. Now, I've studied the most well-known of the creatures, of course, but I have heard of much more rare specimens, which I would go to any lengths to study. It would offer great insight into the animal mutations. Anyone can admire their beauty, but what we need is to understand how they came to be what they are. We need to study
Pues
their
sí, son
anatomy,
peligrosos.
but they are, of course, rather dangerous.
So you need a hunter to find them and bring back your specimens. I might be able to help. What are you after?
Ahí, ahí. ¿Qué buscas?
Well, there is so much. There's a black
Un topo
mole
negro,
and
un
a
sapo
shield
acorazado,
toad.
un
Also a
saltamontes
locust
llamado
named
Locusta
Locusta
tempestatis,
or more
tempestatis.
colorfully, the storm locust. It's been spotted in the tunnels beneath Ophir.
Vale. Matar un saltamontes de la tormenta, madre mía.
What can you tell me about the storm
Locusta tempestatus. Well, very little, but what has been
Hostia, se
told to
alimenta
me,
de fuente
actually.
eléctrica, mierda.
It is a creature, by all word, that seems to feed on electrical sources. Looks like an ordinary locust, which we know also shares the taste for electricity, but it's much larger. Perhaps its purportedly massive thirst for electricity is simply in proportion to its...
Coño. Topo negro.
What do you know about the black mole?
Well, its name is somewhat of a misnomer. It isn't really black. Darker than the others for sure, but not black.
Hostia,
Its
piel de
skin,
veneno.
though, seems to sweat venom.
Yeah, wonderful. Always
Isn't it fascinating? A beautiful...
Sí, vamos, apasionante. Y el sapo.
already expecting the worst, but why is it called the shield
Mira, además,
toad?
cada uno es
Those who have
como
had
cada
a
una de las
rare
clases un
opportunity
poco.
to see this beautiful creature say its skin is nearly armor-like. In fact, nothing seems to be able to... The hunters take their best shot, but always run away terrified. Delicate little things humans are, but they're
Vale, tenemos esa tormenta que sería como una especie de tecnomante, el topo negro que sería como una especie de asesino, utilizando veneno, y el sapo acorazado, pues como una especie de tanque, nos faltaría el guerrero. Vale. Qué curioso. ¿Qué están tramando?
Ah, and here comes the rare pearl, the diamond in the rough that my Nisha tells me about. Come, young man.
Mancer. Was a lieutenant in abundance.
Then welcome
Era.
to Noctus Labyrinthus, Mancer, former lieutenant of abundance. I am Dandolo, head of this fair city.
Legendary city of the merchants. Apparently less legend than I thought. Or been told.
Vaya.
But hopefully as glorious as legends proclaim. Regardless, for all who come seeking asylum, it opens its arms to you and your companions. You are free to call it home. Like all who have come before you, you will honor our only request, that you make
Joder,
yourselves
ya ha hecho algo
useful to
útil.
our city. I'm sure your skills will place you in high demand. Noctis' first Technomancer. Exciting. You'll have all the help you need with Nisha and Lucky, who I believe you've met. We'll give you a room to get some rest. I hear your trip was quite
Ay, ay, ay.
eventful.
Habitación.
There is something else. I would like to personally discuss my expectations of you. You hear? War between Abundance and Aurora's winding down. Aurora took Green Hope.
Just left Ophir a few hours ago and didn't hear anything about that.
That really surprise you? Your little censorship office probably hasn't decided what to do with the information yet. No. Don't look at me like that. You don't belong to Abundance anymore. The truce doesn't behoove us. During peace, the corporations become more suspicious of us and our business suffers. Our city could even be discovered, which would be catastrophic. In legend, it must remain.
What do you...
No, let me speak. Your welcome here comes at a price.
Vaya, hombre.
I want you to attack an Aurora convoy. It's right up your alley.
And why would I do that?
I didn't finish. you will do it in abundance uniforms, dissolving the truce. Do what you want with the soldiers, but let the civilians live. They need to be witnesses that will report back to Aurora.
So you keep the war going.
Precisely. And while you're at it, bring back the uniforms of the Aurora Technomancers you dispatch. I'm sure I'll find a use for them down the road. Ah, another thing, much more trivial this time, I assure you. The rover you came in on, I'd like you to move it. Put it wherever you want, do whatever you want with it. Just make sure it's not in the way in the canyon. I just don't want Ophir to stumble over the machine and, as a result, find the road that leads here.
Yeah, I'll see what I can do.
Oh yes, one last thing. My spies gave me a little tidbit that might interest you. Right after your escape, the ASC arrested your Technomancer brothers. That's what you call them, right? From Ophir. Their fate's uncertain, but if I was you, I'd be worried for them. If you're worried enough to want to help them, maybe we can set up some sand sails to get you back.
Pues sí.
And your help comes at what cost? Assuming it's not out of the kindness of your heart.
Don't be so bitter, Zachariah. Business is business, not personal. I just thought a few Technomancers on our side might be useful.
Madre de Dios. Paso de armas con él. Madre mía, lo que nos ha dado este campeón. A ver, tenemos la de zoología y la de campeón de la arena. O sea, ninguna secundaria, todas principales. Esta de momento no tenemos nada. Vale, ayudar a los tecnomantes en Ophir. Y aquí pues 3 subprincipales. La de subterfugio. La llevas el vehículo, que no sé cómo lo haremos, porque el sol... Bueno, tenemos que ir de noche. Y la entrada a la capilla. Vale. Pues unas cuantas misiones. Perfecto. Pues ya estamos oficialmente en Ophir. Y lo dejamos aquí y seguimos en el siguiente. Hasta luego.